Today I want to cover the highs and lows of being a real estate agent and one of the most common pitfalls that I see all the time that can either make or break a real estate agent. So growing a real estate brokerage by over 200 agents in 2 years and over 1,000 transactions, I have seen a lot of what goes into being a real estate agent and a lot of what the potential pitfalls coming up for you as a new real estate agent, or if you're looking to get into the business, what you can expect, because I want everybody to succeed as a real estate agent. That's our whole mantra, is give a real estate agent the best chance of success. Well, I see a common pitfall that approaches a lot of agents early on in their careers, and I want to help you avoid that. So why do people get into this business in the first place? What are some of the highs of being in this business? Well, sometimes it can be large home values, large commission checks, so people are naturally attracted to the large earning potential. The other thing is a flexible schedule. Most of the time, you're going to be an independent contractor as a real estate licensee. So that means you set your own schedule. You decide how many hours you work and how hard you work. And the other thing could be just meeting new people. You meet a lot of amazing people. You're going to make lifelong connections with different clients, and that can be a very rewarding aspect. But some of the lows that agents face is inconsistent income. So we're attracted to these large commission checks, but most of the time, almost every single brokerage, we are commission only. So it is ride or die whether we have a closing this month or next month, or our next closing is not till 6 months from now. So inconsistent income. The other thing is long hours. Sometimes I hear I want to become a real estate agent to get out of my 9 to 5 and I don't want to work 40 hours anymore. But real estate, you're going to work way more than 40 hours. The other thing is stressful environment. So that's one of the lows. It's a very stressful field. There's legal risk. You're filling out legal contracts. So there's a lot of stressful, long nights ahead of you. The other last thing that I want to say as a low is a difficulty building a client base. That's a lot of real estate agents where they always look to improve is lead generation. And so one of the biggest pitfalls that I see most agents go through at some point in their career is they're on this neutral plane and they think about, hey, my family has said I should get into real estate. Somebody's told me I'd be really good at this. I've always had an interest to get in as a real estate agent. So it starts to pique their interest and they get on this really big high. Man, I'm about to get licensed. I passed all the test work. Now I can help people buy and sell. And then all of a sudden a week goes by and they don't have a client. Or 2 months could go by, they don't have a client. Or they start realizing, wait a minute, I have to learn marketing, negotiation, all sales tactics, all this stuff. I have to maybe cold call, door knock. So they start entering this low period in their career. Could be about 3 to 6 months after they initially get licensed. They were so excited to get licensed and now they're all the way down here because it hasn't been as easy as they thought, or it hasn't been as rewarding yet as they thought. So everybody goes on this natural path of a high to an extreme low, but the most successful agents in this industry, the ones that have been in it 10, 15, 20 years and doing really well, they've all bounced off that low moment and found a way to keep naturally progressing up at a more steady rate and experience consistent success. So what is it that's happening? How are some of these agents able to go through this roller coaster and get off of that and start building a consistent, successful career? Because let's face it, even me, I experienced this roller coaster. It didn't hit me 3 to 6 months after I first got licensed, but my second year after I got licensed. My very first year, we moved to Florida and I was headstrong. I'm going to succeed at whatever it takes. I cannot move back to Tennessee because that means I failed. So I have to do whatever it takes. I have to door knock 100 homes a day. I have to have blisters on my feet, but nothing will stop me. I'm gonna make 6 figures my very first year out of college. I'm gonna be able to buy a house at the end of my first year. And I hit all those goals. And then all of a sudden I burned through all my goals and I started getting burnt out, unmotivated. And so I started entering this and my production dropped. But what changed? What led me to get off that roller coaster and build a successful career? Well, that's what I want to share with you today because I see a lot of agents go through it. Well, number one is knowing the 3 big pillars of being a real estate agent. One is meeting new people. Number 2 is creating a database. And the third is following up. Oftentimes, if you are struggling as a real estate agent, it's one of those 3 pillars that's failing right now. Do you have a database? That's one of the biggest things. Do you have a central location with everybody you know, their name, their contact info, phone number, email, social media? Do you have all that stuff in a central dashboard? If not, you need that immediately. Number 2 is, do you have structures in place to meet new people? Are you networking? Are you door knocking? Are you cold calling? Are you making social media posts? Are you reaching out to HR departments for relocation? Are you reaching out to local vendors? There's so many different routes to meet new people, but do you have a strategy in place? If not, that could be why you're on a low right now. Or the third is follow up. So that's where I struggled a lot as a real estate agent, is I was really good door knocking, get their contact information, but I would forget to follow up. And 98% of sales come through follow. So is it one of those three pillars that's holding you back, that's led to you being on a really down low point early on in your career? How can you spring off of that? The next strategy that I want to share with you that really helped me was redefining my why. So I know it's cliche, we all hear it all the time, define your why, but this really held true to me. Because when I first got into it, it was very much money driven, and it was very much about materialistic. You know, I want to make six figures. I want to buy my first house ever. And when I hit those, all of a sudden I ran out of goals. I was only motivated to hit this. I had no future 5-year plan, 10-year plan. I had an immediately available 1-year plan. That was it. And once I hit that, now I started experiencing the low because there's nothing else to look forward to. I didn't plan beyond that. So create that. Redefine your why. Right now, it's turned from helping people buy or sell, truly helping my family, getting that house, getting all that stuff, to now it's just, how can I help one more agent today? How can I help them redefine their career? How can I help them get to a level that I've never even been to? And so that's really been resonating, where we've added over 200 agents in 2 years now. So redefining your why can absolutely help you bounce off of that low point that you're experiencing as a real estate agent. The other thing that's very, very important is taking back control. And so what I mean by this is when you're on that low point, is it one of the three pillars that's missing in your business? Meeting new people, creating a database, following up. Is it not having a properly defined why with goals attached to that? Or do you lack control in your life, in your real estate career? Because we've all faced those different situations. There's external factors that we give power to. Well, it's too hard to lead generate. Well, I just got too many bills, I'm gonna have to quit. Well, I'm facing this right now. Or I really come from a bad background. Or just there's all these external things that we almost, I don't want to say excuses, but we give control to. When we blame something else for the reason as to why we're not succeeding the way we want to, a lot of times we're giving that external factor power versus we can take accountability ourselves. Hey, my second year as a real estate agent, I went down in production. That was entirely my fault. I didn't live up to what I should have been doing. I didn't live up to my production, my potential, but I was giving others power. I was blaming other things on the reason as why my production dipped. So are there things right now as a real estate agent that you're letting take control of your career? If there is, let it go. Don't blame those external things. Take back control. Realize what I've done today is on me. If I took a day off, if I watched Netflix all day, if I just went out to eat and I'm not doing the things that I need to be doing, hey, I need to be lead generating for a couple hours a day. I need to be following up within my database. I need to be working on my social media accounts. I need to be improving my business every single day. If I'm not doing that, that's on me, nothing else. So when you can focus on those different items, the three pillars, redefining your why, and taking back control, that will help determine whether you succeed as a real estate agent and bounce off that low that everybody goes through, because everybody feels lost in the beginning. They feel drowning. There's so much information. I have to learn all these new skill sets. It's very common to have this high and low, but it's up to you to decide, are you going to continue forward and be successful as a real estate agent?